From coast to coast to all over America in high definition with your host, Vera Fonseca. Welcome to Stop Suffering.
Welcome to Stop Suffering Show. Indeed, we are here to help you. You who are in suffering right now in this moment, you can get spiritual help. I know when a person is in the situation like yours, the friends are few, or you don't have any friends right now. They have disappeared. They have left you alone by yourself. While everything was okay, you were doing well, you had many people around you. Your house used to be crowded. A lot of people, especially at the weekends. Now that you are broken, you are lost, you have lost your job, your spouse, your house. Maybe you are in a shelter right now. You are alone and despised. However, we are here to help you. I want to prove to you that the curse that you have upon your life can be rebuked. Curses are real.
Repeated suicide attempts through many generations. Constant miscarriages. Hereditary mental and physical illnesses with no clear medical diagnosis. A curious amount of frequent and violent accidents. Marital breakdowns. Alienation, unforgiveness, and family strife being present in almost every member of your bloodline. You can choose to ignore it, but it won't go away. Thinking that it's all a myth won't help you. Curses are real.
This is not fiction. This is not something made up. Curses are real. In a few, I'm going to bring the case of Sanche, a lady who was indeed under a curse. There was a curse in her family, love life, but the curse was removed, was broken. You are going to know both sides of her story, before and after, curse and blessings. But before I show her story, Noris is ready, and she's the one that places the names of those who are in suffering inside of the holy oil. Nori.
Good morning, Bishop Vera, and good morning to all the viewers watching us now. Our helpline is open. As you can see on your screen, the counselors are there to take your name and your prayer request for it to be placed inside of the holy oil. And at the end of the show, Bishop Vera will be praying for you. That number again is 1-888-332-4141.
I first realized that I had a curse on my life when I was about 26. I had a lot of serious physical problems, and it wasn't normal. For being so young, I had a lot of emotional problems. I had cancer. I had scoliosis, osteoporosis, a whole lot of physical problems. But the one thing that I had was a lot of migraine headaches. And I realized that there was something going on in my family. I don't know if it was witchcraft or a curse, but it just didn't seem normal, didn't seem right. And I started looking back at my family. And my mom had a lot of migraine headaches when I was growing up. She used to always have to go to the hospital, and they would always have to give her medication and put her out for 3 days. And I grew up that way, so I thought, well, this is normal. So then I noticed, looking even further back, that my mother's mother, my grandmother, she also had migraine headaches, and she died at a very young age. And then I started asking more questions in the family, and my mother said that when she was young, that she noticed that her mother had a curse put on her. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, you know, there was witchcraft back then. And I just thought that that was just some medieval thing, but it really does happen. So I started thinking, well, you know, is this going to go to my children now? So what do I have to do to break this? So it was something that it just continued to get worse, and I didn't know what to do, because my migraine headaches started to become more severe. And you know, I didn't want to be like my mom. I didn't want to die like my grandmother. So I started going to doctors, and finally, you know, they just kept putting me on more medication, and it became so severe that I had to I lost my job. I couldn't work anymore. I had to file bankruptcy. It just kept continuing to get worse and worse. So I didn't know what else to do. So I started to get desperate, which is what most people do when they don't have a solution. So I started to go to different types of treatment. I started to go to holistic treatment. I started going to churches, doctors, all different types, Buddhist retreats. I tried everything. I even tried witchcraft, but I thought that if I combated this curse with witchcraft, then maybe it would go away, which I probably just put more curses on myself. So I didn't know what to do at this point. So one day I saw this TV program, and it talked about curses and about if you're struggling with certain things. And everything that I was listening to was everything that I was going through. So it was just, you know, I had to go. I had to find this place and get rid of this curse. So that's when I started to come to the church. I realized that the things here that they were teaching were very practical, that I could take home and I could use at home. And one of the things that I learned that really helped me to overcome and to get rid of these headaches was to not accept them, to speak against them, and to not allow them to take control over my body, over my mind, and over my thoughts. Because the thought always comes to you like, oh, am I going to end up like, you know, my mother, like my grandmother? Am I going to die at a young age? And, you know, those doubts and those fears start to come in. And those are the things that I learned here, these practical things that we learn. And that's why it's important to come to these meetings. And the things that you learn here, you don't learn in books, you don't learn anywhere else. And these hands-on prayers that you receive really do make a difference. I realized one day that this curse is broken now. I no longer have these migraine headaches. I've gotten my life back now. I have a job now. I've gotten married. My mother's coming to the church now. She no longer has migraine headaches. So we broke this curse in this family. So it's amazing that our life is completely transformed now. So I suggest to anybody who has any curses or that has any witchcraft in their family, and if you think you have this, please come to the services so that you can also get free.
From this side of the line, you will receive words of life. At the Stop Suffering Helpline, we believe words have power and that one word can make all the difference.
Lord, your word says you are our God, our healer. So set her free from this pain, this infirmity.
Pick your head up and pick your phone up. Give us a call, 1-888-332-4141, and you will speak to one of our assistants, people who are ready to give you a word of faith and pray for you. Don't wait for bad news to come your way. Call us today, 1-888-332-4141.
I have names of those calling the helpline already for their name to be placed inside of the holy oil. We have Ellis calling us from the state of Florida. He is asking for a financial breakthrough in his life in order for him to be able to provide better for his family. We have Ruby calling us from the state of Pennsylvania. She is asking for restoration in her marriage. We have Edna Gaskin from New Jersey, who is asking for healing because she suffers from swollen legs. And we also have James Day calling us from the state of Tennessee, who suffers from loneliness and a broken heart and wants to be happy in a sentimental life. 1-888-332-4141. Give us a call right now because help is just a phone call away.
Many are those who are suffering with depression, insomnia, a person that sees shadows. You are a person that sees shadows inside of your house. Do not underestimate the power of evil because you are under attack. Bishop Robert is here with us as well. And you know, Bishop Robert, how many people have this kind of problems and they feel so depressed. A person goes to the doctors, go to the physicians, take medications, pills, even go to the psychologists. A person is under treatment is always take strong pills, painkillers, but the problem, the disease is still there. Why then? Because the problem is not physical, but a spiritual problem.
Exactly, Bishop, is because it's a sign. When you see that no one can help you, you try something and the door is closed, you try something else and you cannot move forward. It always, the problem is getting worse and worse. It is a sign. It is a sign, and Bishop, this person needs to awake. Because no matter what you do, if you do not break this curse, if you do not break this evil force that is attacking your family, your house, your life, everything will continue going down the hill. And there is no way for you to defeat this evil force unless the person starts to use their faith.
Exactly. Only when you start using your faith, faith is the weapon that overcomes this evil. These people I showed to you now, they overcame spiritual problems. All the problems that they had, they did overcome. If you're watching us right now and you say, I need spiritual help, I need spiritual help, give us a call right now. The number is available for you. We are here live in this moment. We have pastors that are live that can help you. 1-888-332-4141. You also can email me right now. If you are watching me on Facebook, YouTube, or even on the TV, you can email me right now. My mail address is bbf@universal.org. For those who are on Facebook, you can leave your name, the name of your family on the comments, because I shall pray for you. In a few, we are going to pray together. The same prayer that we prayed for these people, and they overcame these spiritual problems.
The following people were set free from depression and suicidal thoughts.
Your name?
Corinne Williams.
By coming to this church, what is the result you have seen?
Before I started coming to this church, I used to be depressed, angry.
What is depression? Tell us.
I don't know, I just get unhappy, angry all the times. Anybody say anything to me, I just yell all the times. But now since I started coming to the church, I just feel free, happy, know how to conversate with people more easily.
You are free.
Yes, I am free.
No more depression.
No more depression.
Happy.
And happy. I can say
God bless you. Have you seen result by coming here to this place?
When I just started here, I was depressed as a single mother. I was suicidal. I was intending of giving up, and I was evangelized on the street.
You were depressed and suicidal.
Yes.
How many years you had depression?
I was depressed for like maybe a year and a half because I'd lost my job and I had the kids and all my savings, everything was gone.
You were suicidal. Did you ever attempt to kill yourself?
I thought about that. And I was evangelized and I started coming to the church. And it's funny, from I started coming to the church, it's like I felt total different. And I was learned how to pray and have faith and trust in God.
But didn't you trust in God before?
I did, but something about this church that it gives me more power and more faith to see who God is.
Which results then you have seen?
I got a job.
What about the depression, suicidal thoughts?
It's like it was never there. It all went away.
You free?
Free.
Your name, miss?
I'm Johanne Machado.
After you come into this church, receiving the strong prayer, how you feeling?
I feel beautiful.
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 How ugly was it before?
I was mentally abused and physically abused by my stepfather. And I've been carrying the burden with me all my life.
For how many years?
Over 33 years.
33 years you have that trauma, that burden upon you.
Yes.
That was how you came.
Yes.
After you have received the prayer, what change have you seen in your life?
Everything. everything changed. I used to have a lot of flashbacks. I used to be very angry. I stayed in my house for like months upon months without going outside. Never shop, never do anything. I even got suicidal.
How are you feeling now?
Oh, I feel so good. I come to the church every day. Every day I go to church.
No more depression?
No more depression.
What about the memories of the past?
Nothing. No more flashbacks. I sleep good now. And I do not have no more suicidal thoughts.
Free?
Free, free, free.
Your name?
Gloria Holiday.
What has God done for you here in this church?
He's done a lot. He's delivered me from depression. I had insomnia. I had a bad marriage. And I did my chain of prayer. And how I came to know about the church, I saw it on BET. I was watching it. One of my nights I couldn't sleep. And I decided to come. And I'm so happy I did.
You could not sleep?
No, I couldn't sleep.
Even taking pills?
No. Nothing helped me sleep. I was too worried. I was too amped up.
What was your stage of depression?
Well, I was diagnosed with depression. They gave me different set of pills and everything, but I chose not to take them.
When they diagnosed you with depression, what did they say to you?
They told me that when I was diagnosed, they told me to take the pills and come to therapy. So I did the therapy, but it didn't work. I was still depressed.
How long did you take you did the therapy?
For 6 months.
6 months?
Yes.
For how long do you come to this church?
6 weeks.
And tell us now, how you feel? What have you seen?
I feel wonderful. I feel like a new person. I am so happy that I found this church. It's like a miracle.
What about your sleeping, insomnia, depression?
I'm no longer depressed. I sleep very well. I'm just happy.
Happy?
Yes.
Spiritual oppression, a problem that many people go through, but don't know how to overcome it. Every Friday is a day of deliverance for you who is going through any spiritual oppression, such as seeing shadows, hearing voices, having nightmares, or any type of oppression you're going through. Come every Friday to be free from this oppression once and for all. At 7:30 p.m. 7075 Southwest Freeway between Bel Air and Hillcroft. Also at every Universal Church.
Stay tuned. At the end of the show, Bishop Barrow will be praying for your family, inner peace, protection, and he will make a special prayer for the inmates.
My Father, I pray for all the prisoners, those who are in jail, crying day and night.
Don't miss it.
Those of you watching us right now, when you are in need of deliverance, do not hesitate. Pick up the phone and call us at 1-888-332-4141. I have names with me of those calling for deliverance and also to have their names placed inside of the holy oil. We have Melissa. She is calling us from the state of Florida. She says, my life's been destroyed due to a curse that was done to me. Melissa, your name is inside of the holy oil and we will be praying for you. We have Mabel Brown. She is calling us from the state of Louisiana and she wants to be delivered from generational curse that has been in the family. And we also have Linda. She is calling us from South Carolina and she says that she feels that there's a curse in her marriage and she wants it to be broken and for her relationship, her marriage, to be restored. 1-888-332-4141. If you find yourself in similar situations as these, do not hesitate but call us now at 1-888-332-4141.
The life of a single mother, a single mom, is not easy. First of all, you have a label upon you. You have something like a mark. All the man that comes to your life is just to abuse you, especially when they get to know that you are a single mother. You have this label upon you. It seems like you have no protection. Yes, you have no protection. And because you are a single mother, they come to abuse you verbally, physically, emotionally, even financially. The life of a single mother has not been easy. Thinking of you this Sunday at every Universal Church, we are going to have a special prayer for the mothers. If you are a single mother watching us right now, this Sunday I am going to bless you for you to be strong, for you to bring up your children, for you to have the right person in your life that will be a husband for you, but also a father to your children, because the blessing is not half. God does not work halfway. He will give you a husband that will respect you as a wife, but also he will be a father your children never had. Let us read together here. It has been the situation of many single mothers. They are unable to balance school, work, and raising a child by yourself. Others lost the job. Others have no support from the family. Even for the baby's father, you do not have any child support. And the others are afraid of the child being taken away. Because if you are not able to take care of your children, or if you have an addiction problem, besides of being a single mother, you have an addiction problem. And the system can take away your children. Let us solve this problem this Sunday before the altar. We give values to the single mothers.
I never thought it could end this way. We were happily married, building our own home and planning our future. I had a son, which I always dreamed of. Shortly after, I got divorced and I was left alone to raise my child. Working 2 to 3 jobs to put food on the table and barely making ends meet. My son spent more time with the babysitters during his childhood than he did with me because I was barely around. Doctors diagnosed her with chronic asthma, causing me to always be in and out of the hospital. Medications were too expensive and unaffordable. He began to rebel towards me, and I could not understand why. That's when things got really bad. He turned to gangs and drugs, and even said to me, "Mom, this is my new family." The life of a single mom is not easy. Transforming lives.
Veronica was living a double life. She had a lot of debt and wanted to change her life. This is her story.
I had a very lost life. I was a professional. I had the license. I was a nurse, but I didn't see the financial benefit. I was happy with what I was doing, but once I left my job, there was no happiness. It was like I had 2 lives. I was married, I had children, and it was just not a happy home. When I got there, the life that people thought I had and what I showed people was not what I had at home.
Veronica was facing many family problems, but outside of her house, she acted as if everything was okay.
There was no happiness, there was no faithfulness, there was no commitment to the marriage. It was like it was a one-sided marriage. So I wasn't the person that I let people see. When I came to the church, that's when I started dealing with my own reality, because I had to learn who is Veronica in order for me to be who God wants me to be.
By coming to the Universal Church, Veronica learned she didn't have to live a double life, but be herself, and that's when her life started to change tremendously.
Today, Veronica has a very blessed family. My children are married. They have wonderful families. I am retired at 70, and at 70 years, I bought my own home in Florida. son from the time he was 5, 7 years. He wanted to be a pilot. And I know I didn't have the money. I know I couldn't afford it, but he had gone to school. But when he finished, he couldn't get a job. So he called and he was coming home to be a teacher in the industry. And I said, no, I can't be in the church. I can't believe in God. And this has been his dream. God opened up doors for him to go to college. God gave him the scholarships, and now he can't fulfill that dream. Today, he's a pilot for JetBlue. I was over $300,000 in debt. Not only did I receive the answer to get out of debt, I received such a promotion on my job that only God could have opened up that door. Today, there is one Veronica. Very happy Veronica, and when I smile in today, I'm truly happy.
Today, Veronica has a restored family. Her son's dream came true. She is debt-free, and she is truly happy by coming to the Universal Church.
Transforming lives.
Are you a single mother? Have you been struggling being a single mother, trying to be both mom and dad? Do you find yourself working 2 to 3 jobs just to barely make ends meet to support your family? Has the grief of your child's father passing away overwhelmed you to the point of doing the unthinkable? Do you feel alone, abandoned by all those around you, and now you don't know where to turn to? Come this Sunday in the great gathering of all the single mothers, where you will find comfort, strength, and the guidance to get through this situation and overcome in life. Sunday, September 17th at 10 a.m.
May I have the names of those calling the helpline as well as asking for locations nearest to them? We have Michael calling us from North Carolina. He wants to stop drinking. Michael, and those of you calling us from North Carolina, you can visit our location at 413 Eastway Drive in Charlotte. We have Brenda Cook. She is calling us from the state of Pennsylvania. She wants to be healed from cancer. Brenda, and those of you watching us right now from the state of Pennsylvania, you can visit our location at 3801 North Broad Street in Philadelphia. And we also have Sandra. She is calling us from California, and she is asking on behalf of her son who is currently incarcerated. Sandra, and those of you watching us right now from California, you can visit our location at 1900 West Alondra Boulevard in Compton. For more locations and more information, you can continue calling us at 1-888-332-4141.
Call us is the first step, but right after that, you need to take a step of faith to come to the church. When we see all these testimonies, people, they have faith as you have faith. But when you come to inside the Universal Church, you will learn how to use that faith. That's what has made a big difference in the life of these people. They have given their testimony. And now is your time. If you live here in Katy, Texas, this Sunday at 10 a.m., I will be praying for you, for the single mother, those who are desperate, you are hopeless, you don't know what to do. This Sunday at 10 a.m. here in Katy, Texas, our address is 902 South Mason Road. I will be waiting for you and helping you to exercise, to put your faith in practice, and then you will see great results in your life.
This route here, 59 South, going toward Victoria. That's the normal route that we take. Normally it takes me about 30 minutes. I normally come 4 times a week. This is on the Southwest Freeway here. We are on the Southwest Freeway, traveling south toward the Bel Air and Fondren exit. This is normally the U-turn that we make here. That's the Bel Air Street. This is the place where I came, where I received spiritual help. The pastor welcomed us, me and my family, and offered us free counseling. This is where my wife bring the kids, where they get teach about God in a way that they could be able to understand. We receive a word of faith that holds us throughout the week, that keeps us in the faith and keeps us going. We also pray for our family, for our financial life, for our health, for our spiritual life to get strengthened. One of the things that I like about there's always a parking lot available. If you really want to receive help, this is the place. I would recommend it 100%. This is where me and my family receive help.
7075 Southwest Freeway in Houston, Texas, between Bel Air and Hillcroft. For more information of our locations, you can call us at 1-888-332-4141 or visit our website, www.universalusa.org. And now, a word of faith from Bishop Barra.
Injustice is not from God. Our God is not a God of injustice because He is a righteous God. How come He is a righteous God and He makes injustice in your life? This is not true. Some people has told you that this is your test, that God is punishing you, that this is the cross you have to carry. No, this is not the cross you have to carry on. This is an evil spirit, the spirit of injustice. Injustice is an evil spirit. Would you pay for the same bill twice? Of course you wouldn't. You never pay for the same bill twice. If the bill is paid, it is injustice, a big one, to pay it or to be charged of it a second time. Very well. Jesus on the cross paid the highest price for us. It is paid. It is over. But now look at your life. Your finances, love life, family, your health, the house, the place where you live, the job, the salary, everything shows that you are under injustice, that you are facing injustice in your life. Job one day were like you because he lost everything and everyone. But one day he said, my complaint today is still a bitter one. It was not sweet, it was bitter. And I try hard not to groan loud. If I only knew where to find God, I would go to his court. He did not know where to find, but I'm showing to you the court of God is the altar, where he sits and where he serves justice. He said, I would lay out my case and present my argument. So you have to present your case before someone that can judge your case. That was what Paul Fleshner did. When he came to us, he had a case, a lawsuit. He brought the case to us, to the church, to the altar, to God's courtroom is the altar, and just was served for him. That's why all over the globe, where this church is, we are going to have on September 17th a day to present our complaints before God, the righteous judge. He's going to take your case, just as he took the case of Paul. His life was transformed. Justice was served.
My name is Paul Fleshner, And I had a case of injustice that came against me that could have been very devastating in my life had I not been strong enough in my faith to overcome it. The injustice that I had come against me was a lawsuit, a judgment that had been filed against me that I wasn't even aware of. I received a letter in the mail from a lawyer that I had a judgment filed against me in the amount of about $54,000. And I thought to myself, how can this be happening to me now? You know, it was such an injustice because I knew that I didn't owe them the money, and if I would have gotten notice of it prior, I would have been able to probably handle it in advance, but I didn't know about it. There had been over a year or two prior to this happening to me, I felt like things in my life weren't going in the right direction. Things were struggling in my business. There was a struggle in my marriage. There were just things that were happening that I was not pleased with. And I got to the point where I had had enough. So I brought it, actually, the letter, the notice of the judgment to the church, and I showed it to the bishop, and I asked him to pray for me and with me about it. And we did. We put the papers on the altar. We said a prayer. He canceled it. He said nothing will come against you, and or nothing will survive and come against you. And I went out about my way. On Friday, I had received a phone call that I didn't know I had gotten. They left a message. I listened to this message from the previous night that was from the attorney who was handling actually another case for me, telling me that the case was going to be dismissed. It was about 3 days after we had prayed about the other case. And it was just out of the blue. I had no notice of it. It was a shock to me. I couldn't believe it. And I thought to myself, wow, this is a sign of my faith and my strength in my faith in helping me overcome a very significant problem. Could have been a tune of $50,000, $75,000 against me. When I went to the court of God, and I really went, I won. And I got this letter about 3 days after. The letter it's a stipulation of dismissal from the state of Massachusetts that says basically this case is dismissed against the defendant, Paul Flashner, MD, and actually, and this was, I really feel like this was God making a sign to me or signaling something to me. It said only, Paul Flashner, MD, only, and it's in bold letters. And it's so interesting because there were probably 6 or 7 other people involved in this suit, and they're still suing those people even today. And I've been relieved of the burden of this. And, you know, it was, and the other suit that actually the bishop and I had prayed for, that has been subsequently dismissed as well. So what I realized through all of this is that all of the injustices that can come against a person, of which there are many, will most certainly be canceled by the justice of God, as long as the person is faithful, lives in faith, and trusts in the justice of God.
Although there are innumerable human laws, there are still many injustices which no law can correct. What law can make the husband leave the lover? Make the son to stop using drugs? Bring your health back? Or what law can pay your debts? Have you received what you were supposed to earn? Then Job spoke again. My complaint today is still a bitter one, and I try hard not to groan aloud. If only I knew where to find God, I would go to his court. I would lay out my case and present my arguments. Every case brings 2 elements, arguments and evidence. There are many people full of arguments, but this is not enough to bring justice. There must be evidence. And in our case, the evidence is our faith in God's court. And that is why we will cry out to God before his tribunal. Sunday, September 17th, the day of God's justice in your life. 7075 Southwest Freeway, or in a Universal Church near you.
Hello and welcome to the UBB moment for those who are behind bars, those who feel lost, stuck, drowning in the life that they're living, in a life that they didn't want, because no one wants to be behind bars. So I know that if you are there unhappy with your situation. I have here a letter from an inmate that says, I am now in prison in Ohio. I'm asking for prayer for me and my soon-to-be wife and our kids, for us to be blessed financially and to be successful in all we do, to bless me with a judicial release so I can get back to my kids and wife, to strengthen both of us physically, mentally, and spiritually. Pray for my wife as she struggles to pay rent and work and take care of our kids while I am here. Break this sort of spell I have been coming back to jail for doing and making the wrong decisions, trying to go the easy route. And so, my friend, yes, this is the problem. When you try to take the easy route winds up getting you into problems. And so we're going to pray for you. But you also need to make a decision that when you come out, you will come out and you will no longer take the easy route. But you will do what it takes to stay straight, to stay focused, and to do everything differently so that you don't go back to this place again, so that your children, your soon-to-be wife will not have to be without you. But obviously, absolutely, we are going to pray for you. And all of you that are watching us, you can send us a letter, and we will also pray for you. Even if you're one of the officers, the correctional officers, and you say, I'm having a hard time here at the job, or I'm having a hard time at my house, you can write us a letter, 7075 Southwest Freeway in Houston, Texas, and we'll be more than happy to pray for you because we are here to pray for those who need this prayer.
I have this book here, by the way, thank you, Pastor Damian. We have this book of the sponsors because we do go to prison, to jail, to visit people and to pray for the inmates. You are in our prayers. By the way, you can send your letter for us to present in the court of God. In this campaign of justice, send your letter, write it, and post it to us before the 17th. I would like to thank those who have been sending their donations. We have this book, people who send their donations. We place their names on here on this book. I don't know if I can show it. Yes, we can. And the names are here, many other names. And we are always praying for the sponsors, sponsor of this show. Because of you, I can come here live every single day. I can spread the word and also go to the streets and give donations to those who are hungry, those who are thirsty. We have the Unisocial, the Universal Church doing this, the social work, the outreach. Before I show to you the outreach, let me show to you the ways you have on how to make your donations to support this ministry.
And try me now in this, says the Lord of hosts, if I will not open for you the windows of heaven and pour out for you such blessing that there will not be room enough to receive it. With your donation, you can help so many people find a way out of their problems. It's not enough to want to help. We must do something. Those who accept the challenge will see in their lives God's blessings.
Now I have my 5-bedroom, 2-story house in a great neighborhood. My children have their own room. The house is big enough for all of us. We have family time. We don't have to worry about the roaches. We don't have to worry about rats. It's very sanitary, very clean neighborhood, and we're happy. My family and I can enjoy the times together in our home. We don't have to worry about crime. We don't have to worry about drug sales or anything like that. I mean, we're happy.
Help us keep this program on the air. Don't hesitate. Pick up your phone, call now, and make your donation. 1-888-332-4141. Or send a check or money order under the name of the Universal Church. And to make it even easier, you can access our website and click on the donation tab. Become a sponsor of this great work and see the windows of heaven open in your life.
The Universal Church has performed an intense variety of social works for the neediest, with either material help or spiritual support. One of the neighborhoods in Houston, Texas, that received this help was the community of CUNY Homes. Volunteers of the Unisocial group, together with the other groups of the church, such as Godlywood, the Youth Power Group, Universal Beyond Bars, and others, united their strength for this great community social work. In this opportunity, the people that were present were served breakfast and received food supplies that were donated by the members of the church and sponsors of the BET show. In addition to this, they received the most important thing: a strong prayer for the family and the community.
Miracle is that in May I went to have my yearly mammogram, and shortly after they sent me a letter stating that they see something wrong and I have to do another mammogram. I went and did the mammogram, and they said I have to have a biopsy. I went in July 12th and took the biopsy, and the result came back. I went back to my doctor July 31st. Imaging show that your breast tissue is dense, and I have to do a biopsy.
And how did you use the water?
I drank it, and I put my trust in Jesus, and I pray, and I said, I know I will be clean the next result.
This is the last one.
I am clean. Nothing is wrong with me.
My back and my neck, I got into a car accident, and I damaged the third, the fourth, and the fifth vertebrae in my neck. Your neck is usually curved. Because of the accident, my neck straightened, which meant that my balance was off. Because of the seat belt, it dislocated my spine and my lower back, so I had some issues there with pain. In the process of 15 years, my spine started shifting and twisting. I saw numerous chiropractors, acupuncturists, electric shock, you name it, I had it done to alleviate the pain. I had a vein removed from my leg because my leg was swollen. None of it worked.
Nothing worked?
No.
You see the pictures there.
Doctor cut into my leg and put hot water, destroying the vein, saying that would cause the swelling to go down and the pain to go down. Nothing happened. He said in 2 weeks it didn't. Went back and he said, well, there's nothing I can do for you after removing the vein from my leg. By drinking the water, I went to my chiropractor again this week, and I said, well, how is my lower back? Because normally it will lock and it's very painful. And he said, you have range of motion. Your back is not locked, it's not tight, you can move. And it's by drinking the water, praying, having faith, talking to the pain, and basically telling it to get out. My life is different, and it's not only is it healing the pain, it's healing the high blood pressure. It's healing everything else that I suffer with.
Delvan Cross.
Miss Delvan, what happened to you when you drank the water? What was the problem with you?
The problem I was having was my fibroids was bleeding out. I was bleeding for a whole month, every day, nonstop. These pills, well, this is the second bottle I was on. The first batch I took, this was the second one I took. I went to the church. I go to the.
How did you know about this church? How did you hear about us?
My mom told me about the church maybe over a year ago. And she told me to look it up and see where it was. And I looked it up, and I worked right down the street from there. So I started going.
After you have come into church, what have you received here in this church?
A healing where I've stopped bleeding.
Stop bleeding?
Yes.
Did you drink the water?
I did drink the water. And within a week's time, the bleeding stopped. And the pills are in my hand. Or I didn't have to take them anymore.
You don't need them more?
No. Not at all. It's been over since April or May, since there's no bleeding at all.
You're free.
I'm free.
Jesus healed her when she drank the water. Hey, we are not against medications. We do not tell people. Did I tell you to stop medication?
No.
We don't tell people to stop medication because I'm not a doctor. I am a pastor. However, this lady here used her faith. She drank the water, and here she is. She was bleeding non-stop 1 month. Drinking the water, it stopped.
Stopped.
God bless you. Great is your faith.
Temple of Solomon, House of Prayer. A place where the faith of thousands of people have been awakened. A holy ground where extraordinary miracles happen to those who believe.
Our Lord and Father, in the name of the Lord Jesus, we consecrate the water, my Father, that came from the well of the Temple of Solomon, my Father. Consecrate each and every of these drops, so when the people receive, my Lord, the water, miracles happen. Wonder happen in the life of those who believe, my Father. Healing, prosperity, family transformation, my Lord. So we consecrate the water.
Now it's your turn to receive this miracle from the well that's on the holy ground.
It is blessed. This is what we believe. So this Sunday, go to one of our churches, the Universal Church. You are going to take your bottle of water, and I'm going to take just 1 drop of this water, and we are going to put inside of your bottle of water. And I believe that our God will bless your life.
Bring a bottle of water and receive a drop of miracle this Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Universal Church near you. Receive your drop of miracle from the well at the Temple of Solomon.
This is now the moment of the prayer. And we are going to pray for all of you. If possible, you are going to come near your TV. If you're watching us on your computer or your device, you are going to place your hand upon mine together. And we are going to make this connection of faith.
In this manner, therefore pray, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done. On earth as it is in heaven, give us this day our daily bread. Please, close your eyes. It is now the moment of prayer.
O God of the Bible, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, I present to you now the cases of those who are in pain, the pain of injustice. Nothing works for this person. What people get easily for her, for him, is too hard, too difficult. This person doesn't have peace, only tough moments. Oh Lord, you are great, you are almighty. There is no one and nothing that can hold you back. Therefore, Holy Spirit, I pray for a transformation. I pray for a change in their lives right now. This friend of mine that is in jail, though I don't know this man, this women, I consider them my friends, because regardless of their past or what they have done, you are the God of the Bible to rescue them and to save them. Bless all the viewers of this show on the TV, on Facebook, YouTube, those who have emailed us, called for prayer. My Lord, let there be peace, let there be light. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Wherever you are now, receive peace. Peace enters your house, your home, your family. Even you who are in the hospital right now, in jail, in prison, the peace of God enters your life. You can now breathe in and out. Amen. God is with you and with you. We are together in this faith, in this spirit. We are finishing now the show, but you are not alone. God is a spirit, and He's there with you. Trust in Him. Believe in Him. Do your part, because His is guaranteed. If you want to see me in person, here in the West Texas, Houston, 7075 Southwest Freeway between Belleia and Hillcroft. Also at Every Universal Church. May the God of the Bible bless all of you.
Thanks for watching Stop Suffering. Tune in every morning, 6, 5 Central, from Monday through Friday here on BET. And Sunday nights at 12, 11 Central on this same channel. And don't forget, our helpline is still available even after the show is over, so you can call us at 1-888-332-4141. That's 1-888-332-4141.